Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Theresa here, just me and the critters right now. It is September 5th, 2019. It is Thursday afternoon at 4:29 p.m. I know I had to look. And boy, first off, let me say before we start into this, that my heart goes out to all of you in the Carolinas. I've been watching about all the multiple tornadoes there in North Carolina, and my heart goes out to you guys as well as like everybody in the Bahamas. Anybody being affected by the hurricane or tornadoes or wildfires, and my heart just all goes out to you guys. So we were very blessed this year that it completely bypassed us and stuff, but still, having gone through hurricanes and stuff, and the worst one we ever went through was Hermine, and that was the first year we were here, and that was only a Category 1. And then last year, I think it was Michael, and even though we're more inland, we had tornadoes. So we had one just a block away. So my heart goes out to all of them. It is hotter than, speaking of weather, and I know I shouldn't complain, but it is so wickedly hot out today. It's just like, and that's one thing, is if y'all have, I know, I sound like a southerner, aren't I? But if y'all have critters, especially dogs, even if they're indoors, if you're sweating and suffering from the heat, even with your AC, your dogs are too. So I just took, and luckily my dogs just stand there and let me do it because they know it's such a relief. And I used to use these to get Charlie to quit barking, and it's still, if I pick it up, he'll quit most of the time. But you pick this up on a hot day, and you start squirting them, and they know it's on mist, it's not on stream. Your dogs will like it, even if your dogs don't like water and you have to hold them there. Just the relief of just cooling them off. Both of my dogs are laying down now and enjoying it. They were all rubbing against the carpet and stuff, they were feeling good because they got cooled off. So remember that. Or if your dog's outside with you, you got that garden hose, make sure that you don't put it right on them and turn it on, because if your hose has been out there in the sun, it will be hot water and you don't want that. But cool your dogs off, because they feel the heat. Cats do too, but cats normally can find places to get in out of the sun and cool off. And cats like it warmer too, but I don't know any cats. And I know there probably are some that like water, but none of the ones I've had do like water. But yeah, cool your pets off because they feel the heat just like you do. No, that's why I'm going to do the weather. Huh, okay. It is 98 degrees. Feels like 109. High today is supposed to be 99. Low tonight will be 71, and that will be much, much enjoyed. No rain today. Humidity is at 43%. Thank goodness it's not up real high, huh? I have both earrings? Okay. I saw a twinkle from one of my earrings, like I took a nap. Wasn't sure if I still had both earrings or not. So, wind is 11 miles per hour from the northwest. Sunrise was at 7:16. Sunset will be at 7:55. And tomorrow it's supposed to be a little cool. It's supposed to be 94. That'll be nice. Nighttime will be 68. And pretty much the same. So that's what's going on there. Let's see. Haven't really done much today. I have just my normal chores of, vacuuming and dusting and making beds and that kind of stuff. Doing dishes. And I started some Spanish rice in the crock pot, homemade. And I just take chicken. If I cook up a bunch of chicken, then I'll go ahead and portion it out, put it in the freezer. Label it, put it in the freezer. And that way, on hot days like this, or days I don't feel like cooking, I can just get it out and use it in whatever meal. And so that's what I used in the Spanish rice. Of course, we usually always have rice cooked up anyway. And just, crushed tomatoes and some salsa, some taco seasoning, cumin and paprika, chili powder, cayenne powder, celery salt, garlic powder, minced garlic, a little bit of water, all together, been cooking on low. That way, my kitchen really heats up. It really heats up. And, of course, most kitchens do, and we don't have an AC in there, so, yeah. Not going to want to stand out there and cook. So, I thought, then I have to, crock pots can be your best friend. Be your very best friend. So that's what I did. And, so I'm kind of chatty today because, I just feel like talking today. So bear with me. I have a few different little notes I took. Brad took a fan to work today. Because he said back there in their training area, in the different cubicles, that it's quite hot. And so he took Little Blue Fan. Now, Little Blue Fan is only about maybe that big. Little Blue Fan is a well-traveled fan. Now, this fan is about 25 years old. But Brad takes apart our fans about, it depends on the time of the year. But with these fans, probably about once every couple of weeks right now, he'll take apart fans and he will clean them. And they will last years. This one's 25 years old. It has 2 speeds, you can turn it, where you want, up, more, down, angled. And he took that to work today. So he had a little bit of air movement stuff, so he's not just dying back there while he's training. Little Blue Fan has been from one coast to the other. It's been to Oregon, it's been to Washington, Montana, South Dakota many times in the Deadwood area. Of course, Wyoming, different parts of Wyoming, land of Riverton, so far. It's been to Orlando before. It's been to Las Vegas. Little Blue Fan has been the entire trip that we made out here that we used it. So yeah, it's a well-traveled little fan. And that's what we always laugh because, it fits nicely in a suitcase. And so we'd always go, did you bring a Little Blue Fan? So, yeah. And one thing I was thinking of today, too, I was kind of mad at myself a few minutes ago because do you ever, and I'm talking primarily maybe to more of my women friends, I don't mean to exclude you guys, but do you ever, it's anybody that's doing any kind of domestic chores, think, I could do better. And what I'm talking about is I wasn't wanting to do a whole lot out in my kitchen right now because it is hot. And I thought, you can do better. You can do better. Because I was thinking about, we don't have any kind of real snack stuff around, and we don't really have much fruit around. Well, I'll take that back. We have a watermelon I need to cut up. But the thing is that I wasn't wanting to go out there and cut up this watermelon. I was being kind of a baby about it. I'd already spent a long time in the kitchen in the AM. And my day started off kind of with a bang, if you'll say that, because Brad accidentally dropped a dish and broke it. And it was a Corel ware. And you guys know those are hard to break, but when they break, they just shatter. And on tile, it just a bajillion pieces. And it's because he wasn't quite awake, and his hands shake and stuff. And so he was trying to clean it up, and I'm like, no, because he was gonna step on these shards, and I could tell he wasn't awake enough. So I usually get up generally about a half hour before him, just naturally. And so I was cleaning that up. But anyway, I spent a long time in the kitchen doing dishes and starting Spanish rice, and what else did I do? Oh, I don't know, I had to cut up a bunch of different stuff. Why I didn't do the watermelon at that point in time, I don't know. I was hungry, and I just wanted to eat some lunch and sit down for a little bit. So, but anyway, I thought, you can do better. Because I could have made Rice Krispie treats. Brad was wanting some of those. And, I did put in an order for Walmart early this morning, too. But it's like, I was kind of whining to myself inside my head about, I didn't want to go back out in the kitchen and first of all, have to do the ice cube trays. Because they need to be emptied, into our communal bowl that we keep in the freezer and then refilled. I didn't want to have to do that. I don't want Brad to have to do that because he doesn't really have that long of a time space between when he gets home and we eat dinner and then he goes to bed. There's only 2.5 hours. So, I didn't want him to have to mess with that. And he has to pick up groceries tonight anyway. It's a real small order from Walmart. And the reason why, we share one vehicle. And these were groceries we needed. We were out of, milk and, some of the primary stuff. But anyway, I was whining to myself about that. And about I needed to do that watermelon. And why hadn't I done that watermelon? But what I really wanted to do was go in and paint. And I really need to get in the art studio and work. But it seems like my days kind of get full enough that then that's the thing that doesn't get done. And it's just, I need to use my time better. I need to have better time management and stuff. I've been feeling really tired and stuff. I don't know if you guys have noticed it. I'll go maybe a couple weeks where I'm just bam, 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 just a lot of energy. And then I'll go maybe a couple weeks where I'm tired and stuff, and that's just body-wise things happen, and then also because I'm bipolar, so, and I went to bed with Brad last night. He stayed up, we love Expedition Unknown on TV, and, so it comes on at 9, so he stayed up, and because we like watching it together, so I went to bed with him at 10, but, yeah, I thought, I can do better. I do better if I make a list of what I want to accomplish the next day, and I need to just do better. I need to do better. I need to make better choices with my time. So, then the only other thing I was going to talk to you guys about is, kind of, I don't know, this question kind of struck me that I've never really talked about, and I wanted to start talking about a few, maybe subjects that maybe let you guys in a little bit more of a perspective of my life, and maybe you can share. I would love it if you guys share in the comment about your life. And if you ever make a comment that you really don't want me to read out loud, just put don't read, or don't read on air, just let me know that you don't want me to read it, out, maybe you don't want it broadcast. You're going to just put this little comment, but, so I'll be more than happy to not read it out loud. Even though, everybody can read it, obviously, but maybe that doesn't bother you, so, But, so I'm going to start a few topics that maybe, you guys maybe wondered about. Or if you have something you wonder about, then go ahead and ask me. And if it's something that's not too personal, I'll answer it. Maybe I'll make a big, container with different questions and stuff and pick one, once a week. But today is how many kids did I want, at one time when I was younger. How many kids did I want? For me, I would like to have had many children. I would. I would have liked to have had many, many children. I've always loved large families. I don't come from a large family. Brad comes from, he's got double the amount of siblings that I do. And I would have loved to have had a lot of kids if I could have. Now, with carrying both of my daughters, and I had a miscarriage in between. And no, I'm not crying or anything. It's just, it's hot. But with carrying both of my daughters, I had a lot of trouble with high blood pressure. And I was not near as heavy as I am now. And did not have problems with blood pressure any other time than when I was pregnant. So, with my youngest daughter, I ended up in bed on bed rest for a long time. And I actually got flown on a life flight down to Denver because they had a better level NICU than we did in Wyoming. So they flew me on life flight down to Denver. It was like a week before Christmas. Now, hospital in Wyoming lied to the hospital in Denver about, they said on a previous ultrasound, and then when they did a new one, it showed I was leaking fluid. And I know what, I can't pronounce the word. So, and I said, they never did a previous ultrasound on me. And it hadn't. And, because they got down there and stuff, and they're doing all this testing, and, and with the dye, and, the whole bit. And they went to release me. Everything was okay. And thank goodness that we were able to have a rental car. My mom did come down, and that's when things were a lot better, with us and stuff. And she took the bus down, and then we were able to rent a car and get back to Wyoming. But so I had enough problems, though. Even after that, I was on bed rest till I had my youngest daughter. And I used to have to go in every single day when I was pregnant with my first daughter, with my oldest daughter, that I had to go in every day on my way to work and have my blood pressure checked by them. It was like, ugh, what a pain. No, kitty cat. But, hang on. I'm not going to take no for an answer. Okay. I know. She doesn't care. So, but if I could have, at that point in time when I had my youngest daughter, and that was in my first marriage, I knew I definitely didn't want to have any more children with that individual and stuff, that I did have my tubes tied. And I did regret that decision. Don't do a permanent thing if you're not absolutely sure. But then when I met Brad, he was adamant that he did not want to have any more. He did not want us to have children because he'd always felt like an outsider in his family because his mom had him, and I'm not going to go into the whole story, but it didn't work out with his mom and his dad. His mom's first marriage, and then his mom met his dad, who did legally adopt him, and they had 3 more daughters. So, but Brad never felt like he really fit in, or that he was good enough. So he really didn't want to have, more kids. He never wanted the girls to feel second best. And I had my tube tied anyway. So, I probably would have really, really, really begged, and I don't know if it would have been a major problem in our marriage or not. To have more kids. But he has always been perfectly happy and fine with the two that we have, and because he legally adopted them, you know, and about a year after we got married. But I would have liked to have had more children, but honestly, too, we could not. I know, we could not afford more than what we had, and you know, it was a struggle then. But I would have liked to have had a lot more kids if I. But I figured that God let us have how many we were supposed to have, and you know, and it's been a struggle. You know, different points in time, even into their adulthood. I'm happy to say things have gotten much better recently with both, and that makes my heart very happy. Makes my heart extremely happy. You know, so you don't know how happy that makes me. It really does. But uh, yeah, I would have liked to have had more kids, but I don't regret it now because you know. Like I said, I figured God lets you have what, yeah, I still have the cat. She just kind of sunk down in my arm. But, you know, God lets you have how many He thinks you're supposed to have. Right, kitty kitty? She said, well, you know, sometimes you just get what you get. Like, she does not want to have any more cats in this house. Do you? She says, I'm a solo cat. She just doesn't like other cats. Right? Can I put you down now? Miss Purry Purry? I just ordered her more cat food this morning, didn't I? She really likes, she's gotten where, you know, there you go, sweetie. Then as soon as Belle gets paid again, so he didn't get paid, I just had the money saved, stashed away, you know, because we knew that, you know, we need at least $30 a week to pick up, you know, like fresh stuff and milk and stuff. That's the minimum. But as soon as he does get paid, here on the 10th, I've got to order the dogs food. They'll have enough, but they'll just be, you know, be squeaking it. So, yeah, be ordering their dog food from Chewy, just bam. But, yeah, I ordered her more dog food because the cat eats canned cat food, not dog food. But, what was she eating the other day? It was something really weird. And I was just kind of like, no, this is my food. But anyway, she's really recently, I told you guys to put her back on the Frisky because she didn't like the 9 Live. And she's been pounding the Friskies. But what she'd really like, and she'd never liked it before, is the pate. Now, her teeth all look good and stuff, but she just really, anymore, just really loving that pate. So that's what I ordered, one of those combo packs, you know, the cans. There's 12. This one has 12. I didn't order a big one because, you know, tight on money. So, but it's got like 4 of each different flavor. She really loves the salmon too. The salmon pate. It's the bomb.com. But, I had to give up eating salad. I hated to, but, I just digestively cannot handle salads at all right now. I can handle eating tomatoes and cucumbers, but if you put everything together with some salad dressing and the lettuce and stuff, Lordy, nobody else ever needing that bathroom. So I finally had to just, you know, I had to quit. So every once in a while I get that way, and then I'll have to slack off for a very long time and then, you know, go back. But that's okay. I can eat frozen vegetables too, and I can eat canned, and like I said, I can eat cucumbers and tomatoes and that kind of stuff. So, yep. But yeah, really not anything else. I know I need to do comment reading, and I will. I'm probably going to go through and just, everybody that just like giving me thumbs up or hearts or whatever, I'm probably going to go ahead and make a whole list, and I'll read your name off. And I'll probably go through, and I'm going to actually just go through and read all the questions and then just pick the more pertinent ones, because I think I'm probably a month in, I think. So that would be like way too long to read, you know. And then I got hats to show you guys. But I'm going to get off of here and get this uploading. I need to go in that kitchen. Now you guys got me all inspired, okay? I'm going to go in that kitchen and I'm going to go and do those ice cube trays. And I'm going to smile about the whole entire time while I do it. And then, you know, so it'll be all nice and ready. It's a hot day. I know the mister, when he comes home, I'm sure he's going to want, you know, to fill up his matching water bottle and make him. I know we're silly people, okay? Mainly what we drink is those the flavored drink mixes, you know, that you can get all the kinds, the grape and the cherry and stuff, the sugar free. That's mainly what we drink. I don't even hardly drink much coffee anymore. And once in a while we'll have, like, maybe once a week now, I will have like 2 cans of pop. But I cut myself way back to once a week. I will have 2 cans of pop at the same setting because they fit in. I have a smaller Bubba mug. I mean, it's still a big one, but it's not the coffee cup size. So I like to put them in there. But that's once a week. So, but the rest of the time, it's the water, water enhancer there, you know. So, better iced tea. So, but I'm going there, do the ice cube trays, cut that watermelon up, so I can get in there and get all nice and cold and stuff. Nothing like on a hot day, you get some ice cold, cut up watermelon out of that fridge. Lord Almighty. And all the water in it's good for you. You know, I actually didn't know that, but my doctor told me that too, that watermelon is actually very good for diabetics. So, you know, in moderation. Everything in moderation. So, anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for listening to me rattle on. Once in a while I get a little lonely and stuff. You know, I don't know. This day seems to have dragged on. I don't know why. So, and Leanne, I did answer your question about the birdhouses and the wagon. Both are available. Go on my Etsy. It's the same name as this channel name. This is my store name, and they'll combine the shipping for you. I can put the flowers. I can paint flowers on, you know, the vines with the little flowers on the, if it's not the one that you're thinking of, and just let me know. I can add it, you know. And if you tell me you're from YouTube, I won't charge you if anybody else is thinking about that too. You know, within reason, I will do customizations for you if you're a friend of mine from YouTube. Just tell me that. So, anyway, love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship so very much. You guys are kind of my lifeline to the outside world. I know there's many of us that don't have vehicles or are mainly just stay home and stuff, and you know, you're like me, you get a little lonely, and it's nice to be able to talk to somebody. So, and I think you guys are awesome, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. So have a great evening. Bye.